What is up, everyone? Welcome back. Another video here on the Fantasy Fellowship channel for you guys. Today, it's Sunday, August 21st. We're just getting you guys ready for your upcoming fantasy football drafts. And in this video, it's going to be a quicker one. I think it's going to be maybe 10 to 15 minutes. But I'm using Draft Wizard by Fantasy Pros. If you just Google Draft Wizard, it'll pop up here by Fantasy Pros. And what I like about this is you can just run a lot of quick simulated mocks, and they're very customizable as well. So in this one, I have it as set to PPR. I'm in the 10th spot. I guess number of teams is 12. We're going to draft from the 10th position in this video. And then you can cater to your league here. I have one QB, two running back, two receivers, one tight end, two flexes, and then one super flex. So if you're watching this for super flex needs, we'll see what this ends up being for you guys. I love super flex. The majority of leagues that I play in are super flex. So a lot of fun, and we'll go from the 7th spot. So Draft Wizard, super customizable, a lot of fun. And then you just scroll on down here and we're going to hit start draft. Sponsored by Miller Lite. What's cool here is it's just going to rip a quick simulation, and we'll kind of look around here, and I want to see what we can look at. So they show you the draft board here. Josh Allen, first QB off the board, Patrick Mahomes. So they're kind of light on QBs here. You see a lot of running backs going in Cooper Kupp. But for me, I don't know why they let Justin Herbert fall to me. I do like Justin Jefferson in a SUPERFLEX mock, though. I think you want to get a couple QBs early. So I mean, at this point, I'll take Justin Herbert here as my first QB in the first round here. So I like that. We're going to pass on Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. I do not know why they just put Blaine Gabbert there. I'm assuming that's a Tom Brady spot. That's super, super weird that they did that. But so quarterbacks are a little bit shy. And what's different about every SUPERFLEX mock draft or SUPERFLEX league is it's you got to play with what you're playing. You got to play the teams. I guess you got to play your board. You're drafting with people that you got to know when they take QBs, that kind of thing here. So it's telling me the best position players here: DeAndre Swift, Travis Kelce, Kyler Murray would be nice, but I think we can maybe line up another QB on the comeback here. So I don't know why they put Blaine Gabbert there. I'm assuming that's just a mistake here. But we'll go ahead and let's get DeAndre Swift. In a full PPR league, we're starting with a steady Justin Herbert, DeAndre Swift start here, and then they're just starting to simulate a bunch of the names here off the board for us. Let's take a look here. Only Murray, Burrow, and Jalen Hurts off the board here. So we kind of missed on the top running quarterbacks. Some of the good receivers are coming off the board now. Two tight ends, Leonard Fournette and Nick Chubb. So it's telling me Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott. Since we got locked into the number one with Justin Herbert here, I don't mind passing on QB. I think we're going to go ahead and get our top receiver here. Let's go ahead and get Michael Pittman Jr., and we'll see if A.J. Brown or T. Higgins fall to us. I do like Trey Lance quite a bit as well. And then I did put Matthew Stafford as the thumbnail guy. So he's not a terrible QB2 by any means. So we'll get Michael Pittman Jr. here. I love him. He's one of the top receivers in my rankings. I have him as a top 10, top 12 wide receiver this year. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Keenan Allen, Ezekiel Elliott go off the board next. And yeah, we get A.J. Brown or T. Higgins to fall to us. I think based on volume, you're going to see T. Higgins with more receptions and more targets, but A.J. Brown maybe more yards and touchdowns. So it's kind of a preference take here. I think Higgins is going to be more week-to-week safe, whereas A.J. Brown maybe – where's Mike Williams? Did Mike Williams go in this thing yet? Mike Williams, man, do they have him ranked pretty low? They got Mike Williams ranked really low, and Cortland Sutton too. Let me look at the running backs here. They're saying Connor. I do like ETN, but they got him a little bit low. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pull A.J. Brown here, lock him in as our wide receiver 2. And again, we start 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and then I do have 2 flex options in there as well as a super flex. We missed on Kyle Pitts. That would have been nice. Now you start to see the quarterback come off the board. You got Dak, Russell, Matthew Stafford, but we wait, and we're going to get rewarded here with their 41st ranked player, Trey Lance. We'll collect Trey Lance, no problem. Absolutely love Trey Lance. I would have thought about Mike Williams or Cortland Sutton there, but we lock in Lance as our QB2. I'm feeling pretty good about him as our QB2. Passed on DK, JK, George, and Darren Waller. But we're up to pick again here, and they're starting to filter a lot of QBs up the board here. They have rankings here on the side here with ADP. Brandon Cooks should probably be in our flex. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Brandon Cooks here to be our first flex player, and I guess our wide receiver 3. And look at the wide receiver one we just started here. We kicked the hornet's nest here, so I'm glad we pulled one of our favorite let's see, I don't know what this ad is. I'm glad we pulled Brandon Cooks, one of our favorite wide receivers. I would have loved Amon-Ra, maybe Darnell Mooney, Allen Robinson if these guys fell to us, but I'm happy with Brandon Cooks. He's a baller for sure. Our RB2 spot, looking like A.J. Dillon's going to be the guy here. So we'll go ahead and grab A.J. Dillon to be the number 2. We don't have a Packer yet. If you want a Packer, you got to get Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon. That's pretty simple to me. So we filled in our 2 flexes with Cooks and A.J. Dillon. Still don't have a tight end. I do really like Dallas Goedert. They have him ranked as 89th overall, but I don't want to. Again, we have AJ Brown on the team too. I don't know if I love double dipping at that. Receivers: Elijah Moore, Brandon Ayuk, Christian Kirk are on the board, so I like some of the value there. Maybe we'll get one of those guys to fall to us. Some of the running backs, again, we're kind of locked in there. Look at the quarterbacks here too. We're going to go ahead and just pull my favorite tight end of Dallas Goedert here. Goedert is actually, if you want to get access to my 2022 draft kit, link in the description below. It's only $15. Comes packed with cheat sheets, and you get access to my Google spreadsheet as well as the Excel sheet if you want it. But he's my tight end 7, and it's a clear tier above Hawkinson and Ertz and Dawson Knox. So we're moving and grooving here. Missed out on some of my favorite wide receivers here. I would have loved Christian Kirk to fall to us. Look at the quarterbacks running here in the middle. Damian Harris, Tony Pollard. They're saying the best available players: Sanders, Hunt, Hawkinson, Daniel Jones, Carson Wentz. So I don't really love the running backs in this situation here. Let me look at the receivers. We could get some of these young up-and-comers like a Chris Olave or maybe a Chase Claypool could be kind of nice. He looked like he was playing good the other night. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna snag some running backs here. I think you have to be savvy this coming weekend or the next weekend. You want to be higher than your league mates on Dameon Pierce. So we'll get him in as our running back 4. Again, I'm a little light on receivers, but that seems to be the deepest position here. And then I do get room because it's PPR league. I'm gonna go ahead and grab Nyheim Hines, and then we're kind of done at running back. We got DeAndre Swift, AJ Dillon, Dameon Pierce, and Nyheim Hines. I feel strongly about relying on those 4 to get in our 2 spots all season long. Let me look back here. Which QBs did they let slide? Jared Goff, not a bad QB to snag as our QB3. He's going to be playing the whole year. But I really wanted to pivot back to this wide receiver group. And again, we have Dallas Goedert. We don't need to reach on a tight end here. Running backs are interesting. The fact that James Cook is still there, Kenneth Gainwell still there, we can kind of wait on those guys. But I'm going to go ahead and get my favorite rookie wide receiver here, I think. Or maybe we do let's grab James Cook. We'll just keep going with the running backs here. You kind of want those lottery tickets. And again, I feel really strongly about the 3 receivers we got: Pittman, AJ Brown, and Brandon Cooks. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots left to do it. I wish I could get rid of this stupid little Bud Light ad, but what are you going to do? I do like Kenneth Gainwell. I wouldn't mind taking him if I can get him later. Receivers, MVS is still there. Jahan Dotson's still there. Quarterbacks, again, Jared Goff probably going to come off the board pretty soon. If we don't get him, we're kind of just rolling with 2 QBs here. But it's nice to have a third in your back pocket sometimes. But let's go ahead and I'm just going to snag a veteran, Jarvis Landry. He could be a nice flex option in case we need it. He's going to be useful at various times throughout the year. And as it comes back to us, I mean, I still like guys like Josh Palmer on the board here, KJ Osborne. I think Nico Collins might be gone already. I really like Nico. Yeah, he went round 11. Geez. 3 spots left to pick here. I'm going to grab Jared Goff just so we get that QB3 in there. And we also pair him with DeAndre Swift, which is kind of nice. If he goes off and catches some touchdowns, that could be fun. Tight ends on the board here. Don't need to press it. We're locked in with Goddard for the whole season here, but maybe we come back here and we'll grab let's grab Josh Palmer. We pair him with our QB, Justin Herbert, just another solid up-and-coming guy who he's had a really nice preseason. If you haven't checked out Josh Palmer, please do. And then final pick here. There's some tight ends on the board here, but again, we're pretty locked in with Goddard. I don't love taking 2 tight ends. We could maybe take a flyer on some of these wide receivers here. Running backs, though, nothing really sticks out at the running back. Isaiah Pacheco. Let's just take a flyer on Isaiah Pacheco here. Put him on the team. He might be the number 2 in Kansas City. And then we'll finish it off with one more wide receiver. Sure, I'll take KJ Osborne, the number 3 in Minnesota. So this was a quick and, just that's what I like about this. It gives us a B. It gives you a nice little ranking. I don't know what this is. It gives you a Fantasy Pros expert ranking 2 here. So it looks like we got some A minuses and some B pluses. So it's kind of fun. Draft Wizard. So this is our starting lineup. Justin Herbert at the QB1 spot. DeAndre Swift and A.J. Dillon. Feel pretty strongly about those guys. Our starting receivers, Michael Pittman Jr., A.J. Brown. We do have Dallas Goedert in there as tight end. Brandon Cooks and Dameon Pierce at the flex. Dameon Pierce, we're going to probably compete with some of the guys on our bench, whether it's Nyheim Hines, James Cook, Landry, some of these guys here. So it's a little bit of a competition there, but I do think the 2 Houston guys, that could be problematic. But either way, I like Nyheim Hines. Some of these rookie running backs that we took flyers on here could be nice. And then yeah, we'll see what happens. So Draft Wizard, keep running some mock, guys. I know this wasn't perfect, but you gotta do mocks in volume. That's how you kind of figure out your draft strategy and figure out what you want to do. Try some different formats and layouts and things like that. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for your time. Check out some of the other videos we got at the end of the video here, and thank you. We'll see you in a future video. Peace.